Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Adam, for putting your trust and your faith in me over this 12-week program. I really appreciate it. I'm honored to have shared this work with you. And if you could just answer the question as honestly as you can. First one I have is, what was your life like before we started working together?
So what I noticed before we started working together was that I had for years these questions and this kind of like knowing that there was more information about sexual energy that I could tap into and use in my life in a very different way than I had previously. I just didn't know where to go or who to trust. And the information that I did see online, I didn't connect to until I saw you.
Thank you for sharing that. I'm glad we connected as well. And I believe it was you connected on one of my TikTok videos, right? Just the power of the internet nowadays and
Yeah.
social media. Um, and so what do you think in your own words were the so-called problems, if we had to label them, that we worked through or that we solved working together?
Well, I mean, when you look at your program is really holistic. When you work with the entire chakra system, with with sexual energy kind of leading the way, you get to look at like every piece of yourself where you're at currently. It's just like taking a picture of where you're at. And then you have different tools and instruments to kind of help a person step into where they want to be rather than where they are.
Mm, great. And do you feel like you have successfully gotten to where you want to be?
I'm definitely a mile ahead of where I was. Well, I mean, and the truth is, when you start moving that much physical energy in your body, other stuff can come up, traumas and stuff from the past. And sometimes it doesn't like resolve overnight. But what I have decided to do is to continue working with you because I trust you. We've come this far together. I think your knowledge base is there. And I think you can help me get even closer to where I want to be.
Great. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, and I just reiterate, right, that I think so many people out there will so-called sell you on a quick fix, and it's really just not the case, right? This is kind of like a lifelong process to continue to integrate and move through. So thank you for clarifying that. And what do you think is made you the happiest about working together, and if you could share any specific obtainable achievements that you really liked in this work?
So I guess what made me the happiest, honestly, is sticking with it. Like I'm proud of myself for sticking with it because at times, like I said, when you start moving energy around, stuff comes up and it's way easier to just keep them in the unconscious rather than to bring them to consciousness. And I guess I'm just happy that I felt safe enough with you to go ahead and bring it to consciousness and work through it and release it finally.
Great, great. And the final question I have is what do you think you would tell your friends, coworkers, family who you could refer that would be considering to work with me?
You know, I would say if you're questioning, if Nick comes up in conversation or if he comes up on your page, it's probably because you need to hear from him. And it is definitely not what we've already been taught thus far in our life. It's a little different and wacky at times, but if you actually just sit down and take it in, it can really move you on a deep level. So I would say if you're questioning it, to just jump in with both feet and be ready and do the work, do the writing, just do every part of it, and really let it move you where it's going to move you. Of
Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this.
course, thank you.